Timber harvesting is a hazardous occupation, and the degree of attention given to safe woods operating practices is frequently inadequate. The financial cost of accidents is rising at an ever-increasing rate. Coverage by workers' compensation insurance for every logger is required by law. In Alabama, the cost for workers' compensation insurance coverage has increased by 134% in the past 5 years. The manual rate for logging or lumbering in Alabama in 1983 was $13.12 per $100 of payroll. The current rate is $31.25 per $100 of payroll. These costs are based on both industry-wide incidents and the accident incidence rate of the individual logging contractor. The most direct way to lower workers' compensation insurance costs is by reducing the level of accidents in the logging woods. Workers in the logging woods are subject to a variety of hazards in every phase of the harvesting operation. The environment, equipment used, and physical strain of logging is ever present. Safety is more than good common sense. It's knowing how to properly do a job and maintaining a constant awareness of your working conditions and everyone around you. Safe timber harvesting operations produce good worker attitudes, fewer injuries, increased production, lower operating costs, and greater profitability. Nothing that you do in the woods is worth risking life or limb. Safety is taking the time to do a job correctly. When an injury occurs in the woods, nothing can be done to change what has already happened. We can only analyze the accident and work towards ensuring that the cause of the accident, the unsafe act, has been removed. Only the people on the job can make it safe. The boss, the crew. Every crew member is responsible for their own safety and the safety of all around them. Accidents are costly in terms of human suffering. Physical trauma, mental anguish, and loss of work time and wages are an immediate effect of logging accidents. Accidents cannot be avoided. Only unsafe acts can be avoided. Remember, safety pays, accidents cost. In the next 15 minutes, you will learn more about the safe operation of the rubber-tired skidder. Safe operation of the skidder involves 6 key areas of safety: skidder safety equipment and features, safe operating distances, proper operating speeds, proper choking techniques, defensive driving of the skidder, operation at the log deck, and the importance of safety training sessions. Let's begin by looking at some key skidder safety equipment and features. In the logging woods, proper protective clothing is a must. This means always wearing a hard hat, work gloves, and safety boots while on the job. You should also avoid wearing loose-fitting clothes. Pants with cuffs or dangling shirt tails may get caught on moving machinery parts or snagged on equipment controls. Once you've donned the appropriate clothing, do a walk-around inspection of the machine prior to operating the skidder. Check all moving parts for obvious mechanical problems. A leaking hydraulic hose or a broken component is not only a potential safety hazard, but slowly increases your repair and maintenance costs. Now that you've inspected your machine, you're ready for operation. When operating a skidder, always secure the seat belt around your lap. Sudden stops caused by skidder contact with stumps and other immovable objects can mean injury if you're not securely held in the skidder. Seat belts also allow you to operate safely in the skidder cab in the event of a machine rollover. Operators frequently use the excuse of wanting to jump out of the skidder if it begins to roll over. However, doing so can be deadly. The ROPS canopy is designed to protect you in the event of a rollover, but only if you're secured in the cab. You can only ensure your safety in the cab if you are wearing your seatbelt. After starting the engine, allow the engine and fluids to reach adequate operating temperatures and ensure that all gauges are registering properly. Adequate air pressure is essential on many skidders to provide safe braking capability. Don't use your drive system as a source of braking. Make sure that your braking system is operating properly prior to leaving the landing. Most skidders are designed to safely carry only one person, the operator. Don't allow passengers to ride on your skidder unless an additional seat with a seat belt has been installed in the operator's compartment. When preparing to move the skidder, be sure to keep the blade, grapple, and rigging clear of the ground and other obstructions. Hanging the skidder blade or rigging on a stump increases the risk of flipping your skidder over and causing serious injury to the operator and damage to the machine. Allow the belly pan to protect the underside of the skidder and keep your blade up to protect the skidder radiator. Many woods workers are killed each year because they unknowingly get too close to logging activities. While operating the skidder, maintain a safe operating distance from other equipment and personnel. This is especially true when moving through another operator's work area, as they are concentrating on their work and not always aware of other workers and equipment passing through their work area. A good rule is to allow a distance of at least 2 tree lengths between working operations in the woods. Use designated skid trails from the landing to the woods. Maintain these trails by removing hazardous obstacles such as snags, stumps, and spring poles. You will not only travel more safely, but will be able to reduce your cycle time and minimize forest soil disturbance. The old adage, "Speed kills," applies not only to the highway, but also in the woods. Operate your skidder at proper speeds for your situation. The lack of an integral suspension system on the skidder can cause the rubber-tired skidder to become very unstable when operated at close to maximum speed. Additionally, the weather, terrain, quality of skid trail, and size of the load that you are skidding will dictate how fast you may travel. If you feel that you are losing control of the skidder, slow down and travel at a more controllable pace. When operating in steep country, travel up and down the slope as much as possible. When moving downhill, keep your skidder in gear and maintain maximum engine RPMs to avoid overspeed and minimize brake wear. In addition to allowing your engine to act as a brake, proceeding downhill under power will afford better control and responsiveness of the skidder to your commands. A skidder is a powerful machine whose mobility is not often restricted by thick underbrush. Resting an arm or hand outside of the operator's compartment is not advisable, as this may lead to scrapes, bruises, and broken bones. If doors are provided on your operator's cab, keep these doors closed while moving. This will help to keep inadvertent limbs and branches from hitting you and causing injury. Choking your next turn of logs can be treacherous even to the experienced operator if he is momentarily careless. When you arrive at your next turn of logs, be sure that you have stopped the movement of your machine before you dismount.